He was told his tumor had already spread into his stomach. He fought it anyway, beat it once, watched it come back, and somehow even then he was still the guy known for lifting entire crowds with nothing but a smile and a sarcastic joke. This is the story of Lou Koller, the voice of New York hardcore, and the tributes now pouring in from every corner of music. Lou Koller, founding frontman of the legendary hardcore band Sick of It All, has died at the age of 59. His bandmates confirmed the news in an emotional Instagram post on Friday, July 24th, telling their worldwide hardcore family that they had lost their brother. His cause of death was esophageal cancer. Koller first revealed his diagnosis back in the summer of 2024, explaining that doctors had discovered a tumor that had already extended from his esophagus into his stomach. The diagnosis forced the band to cancel an entire European tour so he could focus on treatment. What made the story so painfully bittersweet is that, for a while, it actually looked like he had won. After intensive treatment, Koller was declared cancer-free in May of 2025, and fans, friends, and fellow musicians celebrated the news alongside him. But the cancer eventually returned, and he spent his final 2 years fighting it a second time. Through it all, his bandmates said he remained something special to the people around him, writing that everyone who supported him helped Lou feel deeply loved throughout that battle, and that his fight was finally over, allowing him to rest. The tributes since his passing have been massive, spanning far beyond the hardcore scene he helped build. Sick of It All's own statement captured who he was better than anyone, describing how Lou had the power to lift everyone's spirits at their shows with nothing more than a smile and a sarcastic comment, winning people over in every country and every culture they ever played in. Dropkick Murphys called him always a class act and a gentleman, adding that he would be gone but never forgot. Rancid guitarist Lars Frederiksen kept his tribute short, simply calling him a legend. Metallica responded with a single broken heart emoji under the band's announcement. Slayer and Exodus guitarist Gary Holt remembered him as always the coolest, and a total legend, while Pennywise frontman Jim Lindberg called him the best to ever do it. Rise Against described him as a true friend, a father, a brother, and a groundbreaking creative force. Even wrestling star CM Punk paid tribute, praising Lou as one of the greatest to ever do it and a true family man. It was a rare moment where legends across metal, punk, hardcore, and even wrestling all stopped to mourn the same person. As for funeral or memorial arrangements, nothing has been publicly announced at this time. No service, tribute concert, or memorial date has been confirmed by the band or the Koller family, so fans hoping to honor him publicly will need to wait for further word. To really understand why this loss is being felt so widely, you have to understand what Lou Koller actually built. Born and raised in Queens, New York, he co-founded Sick of It All alongside his guitarist brother, Pete Koller, back in 1986 while the two were still in high school. Alongside longtime bandmates Armen Majidi and Craig Satari, Lou helped grow New York's hardcore scene from a local underground movement into something recognized across the entire world. Over nearly 4 decades, the band released 12 studio albums, from their 1989 debut Blood, Sweat and No Tears, all the way through 2018's Wake the Sleeping Dragon. Their breakthrough came with 1994's Scratch the Surface, a record whose title track became one of the most recognized anthems in hardcore history. Killswitch Engage frontman Jesse Leach once called their earlier song We Stand Alone the greatest hardcore song ever written. The band toured alongside major acts including Korn, Napalm Death, Sepultura, and Avenged Sevenfold, and they were even credited with helping originate what fans now call the Wall of Death mosh pit style, cementing their place at the very first Warped tour back in 1995. But Lou's real legacy went beyond the music itself. In an old interview, he once explained that Sick of It All never limited themselves to only playing with other hardcore bands, saying they simply wanted to show the world what they loved, whether that meant sharing a stage with punk bands, metal bands, or anyone willing to bring people together. That philosophy became his signature, preaching unity in the mosh pit and telling audiences everywhere to look out for one another, a message that fans say will live on through every band Sick of It All ever inspired. Lou Koller is survived by his wife Maureen and their daughter. He leaves behind a legacy built on community, resilience, and decades of music that turned a small New York scene into a movement felt across the entire world. He may not have invented hardcore's culture of unity, but for nearly 40 years he was its most devoted voice, and by every account that spirit never once wavered, even in his very last days.